Alrighty. Okay, let's see. Let's do. All right, so I have all of those up. All right, so now the microphone is hot. All righty. Okay. I think everything is up. And now we work. Oh, crap. A foot. Oh. Oh. Now, what did I do with my other one so that I can snap off the blade? What did I do with my other blade? Where did you go? All right. I got to go find that because that is very important to this process. How y'all doing? Okay, I got to go get my other blade because that is very important to this process. So please hold. Hola, people. And I'm going to do my best to keep turning my head so that I can see questions, comments, and things like that because technically my monitor is behind me. All right, so I'm going to start with cutting out all of the emblems first, and then we'll go from there. And let me put this on so I can at least still see comments. Hopefully everyone said my ice cream trailer was from Facebook. Let's turn this down. Okay. Make sure, let me see. I may have to move. Hopefully y'all still be able to hear me. Hey Sharia, hey, I think that says Kathy. I can barely see it. Okay, there we go. I don't know. I think I just recently snapped this one. We will see. So I have quite a few of these that I have to cut out. Some are just the letters UCF, then it's the night head, and then it's the one that's the full night. We'll be here for a minute. Then I have to cut out all of the actual sides of the photo cube. I already cut out all of the pictures, but now technically I should have another foam board underneath here. But I don't. Oh, I forgot to share this. Hold on. All right. I love me a good watch me work. Hey, 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 I can't tell who that is because, like I said, it's behind me. So don't ever think that I am ignoring you. I just have to constantly look back to be able to see it. Now, I know that this is going to probably be a horrible angle as I'm cutting this because that means that my hand is going to be in the way. But I don't know what else to do because this is how I have. I can't really put it in any other my camera in any other position right now. So what I had to do to even get this was a lot. So and I'm hoping that it doesn't like tilt and bend like fall down on its weight. I'm not a big fan of this particular black foam board because the paper, like the paper on top and on the bottom, it's like a real paper. And normally mine is a little bit stiffer than this, which makes better for cutting. This is like a straight up paper and I can't stand it. But this was the only black one that I could get. So we got to make it do what it do. But I don't like this foam board. This one doesn't cut as well as the other type. And I really should put a foam board underneath this to make it easier to cut. But I don't feel like walking over there. Well, I won't be able to get to it anyway. It's too much stuff in the way. With how I have my camera set up, I wouldn't be able to get to where my scrap piece is. And I don't want to waste a brand new foam board for that. It was a video I watched last night of yours. It was about a senior design with dad. I was looking for the file. Mine, a senior design with that said something that said dad. I don't know because I don't really do a whole lot of them. That's like family ones. I'm not sure what exactly did it say. And it may not be a file that I actually did. I say that I released the file. Y'all know I'll design stuff and y'all probably see like a watch me work and I'm designing and I don't really like always release the files. I think the only one that I have is one that has like a bunch of titles. Like on that particular file, it says mom, dad, cousin, boyfriend, husband, wife. Like it says like everything. Hey, Star. So you guys feel free to drop questions or just open up dialogue if you want my advice, my insight on something, because I'm working. So me, I don't work with like music on. If anything, I'll watch either a podcast or like a Lifetime or Hallmark movie. Um, I'll get in the zone and I'll end up being very quiet, and y'all just sit here and watch me cut. So if you don't want it to be super quiet, ask a question, create dialogue. Because I'll be honest, I really don't even know what y'all want to know about anymore. It's weird. Like before, it was very very clear the things to talk about. Now I don't even know. Yes, I hate this foam. Like I'm so used to a much stiffer foam. This foam is so soft and it affects the cut. I know some of y'all, want to know more about like AI. Like I use it, but not like how y'all use it or how a lot of people use it where they're creating like full on flyers and stuff from it. I'll use it to create like little elements. I use it quite a bit this week for a couple of the orders that I had. Just did some escape the state tumblers and I had to use AI to create some of the images. Okay, now how am I going to do this? Because I don't want to cut this down just yet. All right, hold on. Crap. I don't want to cut this down just yet because I want to be able to cut it. Oh no, this isn't going to work. I'm either going to have to take this out of the room temporarily and use it, or let's see. What did I do with the... I was going to say, this didn't cut, but it did. So I printed this on my Roland, but I use my Cameo. You can see the registration marks. I use my Cameo to cut it so that I can continue to just print. It's not something like that's unorthodox as far as like, doing that. Because a lot of people will use like roll, even though it's a cutter as well. A lot of people will use the Roland cutters, and then they'll use either a Roland or a Graphtec to cut the vinyl out, whether it's for decals, stickers, and things of that nature. And it's just so that your printer can, like the print part of it, can keep printing. You don't want it to hold up with, the cutting part. But I don't use, although I do have a US cutter, I don't use that one. I don't have, a Graphtec or a Roland cutter. So I just use my Cameos. I got a bunch of them. They work, okay? So I just use those. Is that my sister? No. All right. Oh, crap. I don't have a pair of scissors in here. Oh, man. Because I was working out where I had more space, but I was like, well, let me go live. And I left everything out yonder. Dang it. I don't have a pair of scissors in here. Both pair are out there. Hey, that rhymed. Only because I'm trying to put this in a really tight corner because I really don't need to take them off of the backing first. But because I need to see to make sure that it's not overlapping, I'm going to take this off the backing because I need to make sure that it's not going to... Wait, is that my sister? Hold on. I don't know. I thought I heard somebody at the door, but I don't see anybody. And see, on this phone, it will most likely pull the paper up. Oh, I got lucky. Because normally, once the vinyl hits this paper, you can't really lift it back up. All right, I got that one down. Let's see, can I fit the other UCF right here? Hey, Jackie, do you have a video on how you scan your stoles with an Epson printer? Yes, inside of the grad masterclass. It's not ever going to be like on my YouTube. It's inside of the grad program masterclass is where I show exactly how to do that. And that is still available for purchase. I'm working on photo cubes, but I have to do the logo pieces for it first. Nope, that's not gonna fit. I was hoping it would. Oh, wait, can I get it to fit this way? I'm trying to take up every little piece, but nope, that's not gonna fit. So let's just start putting it over here. So I have a lot, like there's so many pieces for this to cut out. Because this is one of the, it's like pop out or like dimensional ones. It's not just printed flat. It sits off of the board like the photo panel pieces and this. So this is going to go on top of like a foam board panel. So it's going to pop out. I think this is the wrong one. No, this is foam board. Photo cubes are made with either foam board or Coroplast, which is the plastic corrugated boards. Oh, come on. Let's see. Will this fit in this space? Yes, it will. All right, so I know where I can cut this off at to make my life a whole lot easier. Let's put you there just so that I don't cut where you need to go. So the assembly part is going to take a while because I have so many panels to cut. I mean, these are the only contour cuts. Then I have to cut all of the actual panels to build out the photo cube. Hey, LaShonda. All righty. And this is why you should have a scrap piece of foam board underneath, because when you feel you're going through the bottom foam board, you know that you've gone through the top one. But when you're on a flat, hard surface, you can't really tell when you've finally gone through the bottom paper. All right, let's snap this off. Hey, Teresa. The key to foam board projects is always having a good sharp blade, the ones that you can snap off. A lot of you guys, well, I see a lot of instructors and people who do tutorials, they use snappable blades, but never snap them. And I'd be so confused. The hell? Okay, why are you not snapping? Come on. What the heck is going on here? Seriously? Why are you not snapping? Now, you was just working earlier. What the heck? It's like the whole thing is bending. Come on. All right, let's try from this direction. Oh my God, you just don't want to snap. Ugh. What in the heck is going on here? Why are you not snapping? It's messing up my blade. And the part that... Okay, what the heck is going on here? All right, let's see if you will snap. The heck is going on today? Nothing wants to snap today. Well, and that just snapped all wrong. What in the heck is going on today? I have done this 1,000,001 times. Why won't it snap? I have no idea. There we go. Jeepers creepers. Now, let's see if we can get this one. That way we have 2 blades to work with. Yeah, I don't know why this one doesn't want to snap. There it goes. But that's dangerous. It's now on the floor. I mean, that's what these are for. So I don't know. I mean, I could use pliers, but that's actually what the little notches on here are for. Just don't know why in the heck it didn't want to work. All right, let's do the easy ones first. Okay, so let me ask a question before I even do this. If you were cutting this out, would your method be to do each line as you go, or would you use another method? What is your favorite method? So if you were cutting this out, what method would you use? Even if you're watching the playback of this, go ahead and answer in the comments. These are going to be photo cubes. Oh yeah, if using an X-Acto knife, like basically I have a bunch of them. I keep a bunch of blades too, but you have to keep so many of these, and then like constantly changing them out. These tend to work better when it works as far as snapping them up. I don't know why it's acting crazy today. But they're going to be photo cubes. This is like just the emblem that's going to go on one side of it. It's 2 photos of the graduate and then 2 emblems of the school that she's going to. What method would you guys use if you were cutting this? Even with scissors. Like let's say if it was paper, how would you cut it? All right, so hopefully you guys are going to answer. So something like this, with it being straight lines, I'm going to cut everything that's in the same direction first. So I cut that one. Now I'm going to cut, started cutting at this line. This line. Separate each image. No. Cut each. That's what I'm saying. So when you're cutting the line, would you go like this, turn it, cut, turn it? Like, would you go with the image? All right, so do that one. So hopefully y'all can see. So now I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna cut. Oh wait, I forgot to move my microphone back. This particular one doles out blades. Oh damn it, I don't have an actual tip on this. Dang it. And I'll come back to get around the R for the registered trademark symbol. I cut as I go around. Yeah, when it's straight edges, I like to cut all in the same direction first. Now, if it's something that's a complex cut, I I typically start with the easier cuts that are on it first and then go back. So like I don't really go just like and just automatically go around like that's what a machine would technically do. But when you're hand cutting, sometimes it's easier to do certain sections first and then like double back. All right, so I need to stop using this blade because it is dull already. And this is how you gouge out the middle section if you keep using it and it's not sharp. Oh, that time it came off easy. I don't know why it was giving me a hard time before. All right, let's use this little scrap piece of foam board so that I know when I've cut all the way through. Hello, Rose. How art thou? And I never force it apart. I always check. Like if I go and it doesn't easily come apart, I'm always going to check to see where it's being held on at. I never ever pull. And I'm actually hitting some of the adhesive of the decal because I feel a bunch of stickiness on my blade. That's another thing that you have to be mindful of when you're cutting something, like when you're cutting through vinyl or anything that has adhesive, because it's not sometimes that your blade is dull, it's just going to drag because now this is not slick, it's slippery. All right, 2 more easy ones. And then we got to do these 2. Ooh, this is a big piece of board. I'll keep this. And I'm about to snap the last one off. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Watching you cut answered my question. Thanks. Okay. I can never break my blade right. Do you prefer internal cuts first or straight cuts? I cut as I go around. So it all depends on, as far as like you're saying, do I prefer a straight cut? So like Internal pieces, I always cut last. But as far as like, it just depends on, like, this right here is all straight lines. So I'm just going to go where I'm not just constantly moving it. I'm going to cut all the lines and do it that way. You'll see it's going to be a little bit different when I get ready to do the one that's a more complex cut. Oh my gosh, what the heck? All right, it's just time to change this because this is horrible. I am incredible, Rose. Thanks for asking. So like when you pull these out, there's oil on them. The more you cut, you are removing that oil. And when adhesive stuff gets on it, it makes it harder for it to glide. Oh, dust gets in your hand. Hey, Valerie. I am working on a photo cue. I do 6 photo cue. Well, 5 more to do. I already did 1. So I can show the client what it looks like. So I have 5 more to do. Right now, I'm cutting out all of the school logos. There's 6 boxes, so I had to cut these out. So this is on every box. So I had to cut out 6 of these, 3 of the night head, and then 3 of the full nights. So 12 cuts. And I'll go back in and cut the R part afterwards. go around the entire image. Whoa, you're that far back? Ooh, I just messed that up. Wow, I asked that a while ago. Oh, and see, this is why I do it that way. I don't know how I didn't cut this piece. That's why I try and keep all my cuts the same so I don't end up having to go back because I missed something. There's like a sliver of white on here, so I'm cutting that off. Now, wait a minute. Now, how did I skip this? All right. I think that's all of these. All of these. Now it's the hard one. Or harder than the other. Those were easy. This one, getting around the sword and the head and in that tight space, is a little trickier getting into those spaces. So when asked about like, so sometimes I'll do both ways. I have two of these. I'll do the version where I cut the complex parts first and then the easier parts, and then the easier parts first and then the complex, and let's see which one is more efficient or faster. So I'm starting, I don't know if it's going to change, but right now it says 632. So I'm going to start with the I'm going to wait to say 633. Oh, you got a text and came back. Oh, okay. Okay, 633. I don't know how much you guys can actually see because this is kind of a bad angle. I'm trying to push it up, but sometimes I have to have it closer to my face to be able to see. It's time for me to snap this blade. I can feel it snagging. Yeah, it's time to snap. And I can tell because it's dull right there. It's no longer gliding easily. Ooh, that one popped off easy. Oh, I already cut that part. This is so tedious cutting it out like this. One day I will have a flatbed cutter if I continue to make these. And things that just require flatbed cutters. I'm always on the fence on whether or not I want to do this like all the time. I can't watch TV and do silhouette projects. Why? Yeah, I'm normally watching Hallmark, Lifetime, or some type of podcast. Can't believe I'm actually sitting here being brave enough to cut straight edges without a ruler, which I just jinxed myself because that cut is into the black and not right on the outline. I just jinxed myself, but I'm not using a ruler. Normally, anything straight edge, I have a ruler, which I'm going to have a ruler for the actual cue parts because those have to be completely straight. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They have to be straight. This way does leave a lot of little small pieces that you have to throw away compared to trying to just cut it out where you just have one big hole in the middle. But I prefer this way. That took 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Because it's 44 now. Now the next ones after this will all be easy because it's all straight, like straight cuts for the cue part. All right, so I'm waiting for the time to change. It's about 10 because it's been 44 for a long time, so. Okay, 45. I probably should have snapped my blade before I started this and on the timer because I know that I'm going to have to switch out the blade. Well, not switch out the blade, snap the blade. Oh, it's attached right here. Hello, sister. Are you coming for your? Are you coming to put their decals on? I sent you a message saying that they were done. Oh, okay. All right, so all the easy cuts are done. I get caught up and focus on the story, even though we know how it's gonna end. Yeah. And I guess I'm used to multitasking. Even hates that. Like, even when we're watching a show, like I have to play a game on my phone. Like I can't do one thing at once, like one thing at a time. We're watching movies or TV. Like being in a movie theater is so hard for me to not have my phone on. I don't know. My brain's just wired to where I need to be doing more than one thing at a time. And watching a movie and eating doesn't count as two things. All right. So all the complex pieces are done. Now, I mean, all the easy pieces are done. Now it's time for all the complex areas. So even with the complex area, I'm always still going to cut out this middle section first because it allows me, I'm about to jinx myself. I have to say, wow, my blade actually lasted. It just gives me more leverage when I go in to cut. It gives me more working room, not leverage, working room when I go in to cut and come in at this angle for this little tight piece right there. So because that area is pretty big, I'm able to cut it so that I can come in here at a better angle. All right, so since y'all aren't talking to me about crafting or business, I'll ask some questions. For those of you that have school age kids or when you had school age kids, do you let them go to the last couple of days of school or you have them stay home? We'll just do some random talk. This is a no-no. Once you start cutting one way, don't go against it. But it was driving me crazy. So, all right, let me see. Mines went, but when they got older, like in high school, I let them stay home. Oh, that was cut all the way through. Are you cut all the way through as well? Not quite. Yay. All right, so now just the circle part. Alrighty. 10 minutes. No. 9 minutes. So I saved 2 minutes. I need to practice more with my cuts to make it look so easy. After the award ceremony, I just keep my home. The ceremony is usually the last week of school. Mine has to go. Okay? Well, Zion Imani goes because MJ has to go. MJ has had perfect attendance since kindergarten, and we're trying to keep up with that. He's worked far too hard to give up now. So he goes to school, and I just pick him up early. And so tomorrow's our last day. So since MJ has to go, by default, Zion Imani has to go. I just picked them both up early because then it would be fair if Zion Imani got to stay home because he doesn't have perfect attendance because he's had seizures and he's had to go like to the ER and stuff like that. So he doesn't have perfect attendance. MJ does. But to keep it all fair, Zion Imani has to go as well. And they both just get picked up early. They stay for the minimum requirement of hours, and then I go get them, which is like 2 or 3 or something like that. Uh-oh, shoot. Another blade hit the floor, which means I have to make sure that I do not walk around my room until those blades are picked up. And the ones that I snap off, I just use my phone and stick it in there. If I forget to stick it in foam, I wrap it with tape. I don't like throwing them just in the trash can. always stick them in a piece of foam or wrap them in tape. I'm going to keep a couple of the bigger pieces to be able to put these in. All right, after I start to cut these down, we'll start to see some cubes form, because now I'm about to cut all of the straight pieces. So all of the emblems have been done. All of her pictures are done. Now it's time to cut the actual boxes. These are already cut out, so I'll show you this. This is called a rabbit cutter. They don't sell these anymore, but they are so that you don't have foam edges. It's like seamless. My kids are grown now. I don't know how they made it because these kids can pluck a nerve. All right, so I'm going to do oh, that bottom part. Okay, that's definitely going to end up being the bottom because that is all weird. It's like a weird cut. So that's definitely going to be the bottom side. I don't know why they stopped selling these. Like all companies stopped selling the rabbit cutter. You can't find it with anybody. And there was like 2 or 3 companies that sold them. You can't even find them on like AliExpress and Alibaba anymore. Like no one has them. And this is off just a little bit. See why I don't just drag? I don't ever just drag. Hold on. It's bright, so you probably can't see it. Dang it. Let's see. Dang it. It's too much light in here. Let's see. It's hard for me to see because my back is to the monitor, so I don't know what y'all can see and can't. Okay. You see? This is why I never do one pass, especially with quality boards. You will tear it up. You're definitely going to use rulers because these edges have to remain straight. I'm like, I keep pushing back further and further. I bought the rabbit cutter because you talked about it one day and never used it. Oh my God, it's amazing. And you are one of the lucky ones. If you listen to me, you are a lucky one in having it because they don't, like I said, they don't sell them anymore. You want to see a little bit of color to make sure that you don't leave any white. And I think I left white. I did. My ruler moved. Now this is going to be right up to the edge, but this is pulled back some. Take that sliver off. Okay, technically, I'm cutting this wrong. I need to have the other one there to brace it, but because it's like a lip of vinyl, I can literally pull the ruler right to that edge. And that's another way to make, shoot, come on, to make sure that I don't have any white. Come on. Try to make sure I hold the ruler so that the board doesn't move. Oh, come on. Now, how did that happen? Good thing I don't put a whole lot of pressure down at first, because it slipped and went onto the board. No, it's going to be off a little bit. All right. I guess I have more surface space for my ruler, but this way is a little bit harder to do to make sure that you don't have white. Like the other way is a lot easier. Well, a lot more foolproof in making sure. Okay, what is going on? Because my blade keeps going off to the side. Yeah, so why are you doing that? Probably because of the way that I was holding it just now. I didn't even realize I was holding it like that. So you should hold it like a pencil. You have more control. When I go back and look at this video, I'm going to see if that other slip up that I had is if I was holding the blade incorrectly. You have more control when you use it. You hold it like it's a pencil and not like, hold on. Now that's right on the edge. Like instead of holding it like this, like and gripping it like this, it's not as much control. So you'll get to see, I'll put this one together and then I'm going to cut out everything. Like I'm going to keep in my assembly. I know this part is boring to just see these cuts and just seeing the whole process. So for those of you that don't want to stick around, because you aren't really asking a lot of questions, I will assemble one and then finish what I was doing. But I like to cut out all of my pieces first and then assemble. Some people will cut, assemble, cut, assemble, cut, assemble. That ain't me. All right. Oh, wait, I need the top piece, which got messed up. And I'm going to put a piece of tape on the back of this so that I know that these are the top panels. Because once they're black, so short of having to hold them up to each other to see which one is bigger, I just put that on the back, and now I know this is the top piece. But I'm going to immediately rabbet cut these as soon as I get them cut down. So that's also going to be the indicator that these are for the top. Yes, it's a 10 by 10 box. Ooh, child. What was I thinking? With an 8-inch pop out. Now, normally I would use a Sharpie. Hobby ever. I have no idea where my Sharpie is. So I'm going to use chalk paint to color in my sides because we're changing out MJ's room and he has a bunch of stuff like where my Sharpies were, and I don't feel like going through all that crap. So I'm going to use chalk paint. No, chalkboard paint, I think it is. But just acrylic paint, basically. So now I'm going to rabbet cut all 4 sides. Okay, it just seemed weird. Okay. What did I do with the paint? Yeah. What did I do with the paint? I swear I wish I had my Sharpie. The Sharpie is so much easier. The paint is so flippin' messy. What the heck happened to my paint? Oh, right here. It's not, it's just gonna be on top. You'll see. You use your roll-in to print. No, the black is black vinyl. I'm working on a stole design. That's why I'm not asking too many questions. But let me ask this. Do you cap how many pictures for design, or do you allow the customers to pick? So if they want to pay, hold on. If they want to pay for an extra pick, so my design fee, it's up to 2 pictures. If they want more pictures, they pay for it. And yeah, the black part is just $6.51. So this is why I don't like the paint, because you have to keep dipping. Whereas with the Sharpie, it's there and ready to just apply. But I don't like the white edges. So whatever color it is what I painted. So I keep a bunch of Sharpies in all colors, because if it's like the design is like yellow, I'm going to paint the edges in yellow. If it's red or it's blue, whatever it is, I'm going to paint the edges in to match that color. This one is easy. Even though there's yellow on this, I'm making everything black. But I hate painting it on. I really, really do. Because you have to keep dipping. And it'd be too much on here sometimes. Like, luckily this is all black, but when it gets to the yellow piece, I have to be very, very careful with how I apply it so that I don't get black on the front. I hate doing it this way. One, it's way too time consuming, but I'm being lazy. Like, I don't really feel like looking for the Sharpie and all that madness in there. Paint dries up so freaking fast. I don't know. I may have to, like, I just thought about it. Like, how many of these I would have to do? Me and this paint is not going to get along. I may have to just go over there and search through all that stuff for my Sharpie. Now that I think about it, because this is a lot of boards to have to keep dipping. Oh, Lord, I still got one more side to do. And this is just the top. I still have to do all of the side pieces. Now, there are companies that sell colored foam board. It definitely costs a lot more, but you can get colored foam board. There's even colored Coroplast. All right. So that's all done. And then we have to do the sides of this. I don't have to go like as dark. I just need to like just tap the edges, except for whichever piece is going to be the bottom. But I normally do that part after it's assembled. But the yellow one's going to go on this. So I'm just tapping that like very, very like edge of this. So I don't have to do a whole lot on these. But the yellow ones, I am. And I just do it on these just in case it happens to peekaboo out of the little notch that it's going to sit in. That was supposed to be on the bottom. I just realized I did the wrong side. That's the bottom. Oh my God. I gotta go get my Sharpie. And this dries up so freaking fast. Ooh, there's a lot of white on this. There ain't a sliver of white. That's a lot of white. Oh yeah, that was a lot of white. Okay, why do I still see? I wonder, is it peeling off the vinyl? Because that is crazy for me to still have that much white. All right. Shoot. All righty. Now this one. Ugh. The one thing that's good about this one with the paint is when I have too much paint, I can put it on the inside lip first. And I'm really kind of focusing on, like, I'm aiming for the inside lip so that I don't get a lot of paint on it. So I'll put all the extra on the inside lip and then use that to paint the edge in. Now you could also, like, if you don't have a rabbit cutter, you can paint your exposed foam so that it blends a little bit better. But because it's foam, you're still going to kind of see the foam. It's going to be colored. It just won't stand out as much as like seeing white foam. I just have to keep wiping if it gets to the front. That's the only thing I don't like about this. The Sharpie is like precision. I'm trying to use up as much of this black on here as possible. So I'm just kind of going over it multiple times to try and use up the paint that's on this little sponge. And you still want, and also you want to do the inside lip, because if when you put it down it's a little bit off, you don't want to see the white foam like that you glue down. So I just go over that little lip as well. But I definitely think I'm going to go get my Sharpie. All right, so now I can at least assemble one of them. Oh, wait, I lied. I didn't do this one. All right, I'm going to show you with this how easy it is. I'm gonna cover this up since it's yellow. I'm going to cover it up with black, but I'm going to show you how much easier it is when you use a Sharpie. So don't think that like I'm doing something that's like this crazy process that's going to take forever. When it's a Sharpie, it's a lot faster. Oh, a lot faster. I don't know. I might leave this one yellow. And then on the inside lip, I just take it in. But this is actually too light for this. So after I show y'all this, I'm going to go find my Sharpie because, yeah, this part is for the birds doing it with paint. Let me see. And I don't know. I have a, what's the name right here? a dry erase marker, but it's not the same. And I just put that yellow on there, so that's definitely not going to go on. I'm going to go get my Sharpie. But I just got to go search for it. Got to go dig for it. Because this is for the birds. All this painting. It's for the birds. Much easier process with the Sharpie. And I ain't got to worry about like getting it on the front because it's not like a bunch of ink when you're using it. You just glide straight across that part and that be it. With this, I keep having to wipe off the front because I keep getting paint on the front. And you can't let it dry because then it's going to be stuck there. Because you can't put alcohol on this. This one, at least not with this one, because this one is actually printed. I didn't have enough of my 651 in this color, so this one I did print. All right. Now I can assemble. Dang it, it just fell on the floor. Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah. I have to do 6. Okay, put my chair up. Make sure y'all have a good angle to actually see this. I think that, let me see, should I go up? Okay. Is that my sister? I see a car outside. Hold on, because I think that's me sister. Which, let me find her stuff. They are going to Aruba. So I had to make them. Ooh, one of these messed up. It came off. I had to make them these little decals for shot glasses. And that one came off. So she'd have to be careful with that one. And this one scrunched up for some reason. All right, I'll be right back. Oh yeah. Ow. And you can still see some of that yellow. I didn't get enough of it off. It's okay. Well, I didn't cover up enough of it. You can see it peekabooing through. Knowing that I can see that, let me paint this in some more. Since I know that I can technically see it once I put the board on it. I did not do a really good job of covering up all this yellow that I put down. I was by Sam's and I forgot to go get more parchment paper because I am out and I'm definitely gonna have. What time is it? I'm gonna have to go by Sam's because I definitely need parchment paper because now I'm getting the little glue pieces and that's ugly. When the glue spews out, when you have parchment paper, it peels right off. That is not peeling right off. So I'm gonna just do this one and then I have to go get. I might as well just go buy another Sharpie and I need to go get parchment paper. Oh crap, I should have dry fitted this first. Oh no. I mean, it should match because it's a perfect square, but sometimes one side fits better than the other. And I really should have dry fitted this first. No. Shoot. Ugh. This is why I should have dry fitted it to even make sure that it was going to go in, because if it was off, then I can trim it. Once it's on, it's really hard to trim it. And I forgot to color in the top black, and you're going to see why that is an important step in just a moment. See? I'm not sure if y'all can see it, but oh, I didn't realize this turn. Why y'all ain't tell me y'all couldn't see nothing? Why y'all didn't tell me y'all couldn't see a thing? But right here, which I can't tell if y'all can see or not. Nope, y'all can't really see it, but white is kind of exposed right there because I didn't go over it with the black. But all the edges are nice and clean lined. And now we put one night and one UCF on each board. Ooh, I almost made a huge mistake. I forgot to remove those R's. Oh my gosh. This is why I love working with a high temp glue gun, because I'm able to scrape this down smooth. Because, baby, that was almost disastrous. And then I'll take that off once it's dry. Yeah. I completely forgot to take off the R. We're going to let you completely dry. And we're just going to grab another one. Because, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can't believe. Whoa. The whole arm is moving instead of just the camera. I almost screwed that up. So I always have to like visualize it and see. And like when I go back in, I'll put it in the same spot. So I always have to just kind of place it so that like my eyes adjust to where it's supposed to go. And then it goes in that spot. Um, I see white. I see white on this side also. Shoot. there it is. So see, it's not flat. It pops out. Foam board. All foam board. This camera is horrible without the ring light on, but the plug is too far away. But this camera is horrible without the ring light. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go get parchment paper, and I'm just gonna buy a new Sharpie because I really don't feel like MJ stuff is everywhere because everything that was in his room, because we have to sand the walls and smooth out the walls, so everything is out of his room, and it looked like Who Shot John. So I'm just gonna go buy a new one. I may come back, but I may not. Y'all are quiet. Y'all don't say anything. Y'all don't talk to me when I'm on. So I'm not sure what would be the purpose or the benefit of coming back on to finish the other 5. But we'll see. We will see. But yeah, I gotta go get parchment paper and a Sharpie. What time is it? Actually, is it even? Oh shoot! Nope, I can't go to Sam's. It's closed. I believe, yeah, it closes at 8. I'm gonna have to get the expensive stuff from friggin' Walmart. Yep, they're gonna be closed by the time I get there. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. I knew I should have went when I was actually over there. Okay. So I gotta stop. I gotta go get this. But yeah, hopefully you learned something. Until next time, we do have a foam board class, so learning how to cut the foam, learning about the proper techniques for cutting foam, especially complex areas, what tools to use, all that kind of good jazz is in our foam board training that is still available for purchase. Okay. Yes, it is a very, my boxes are very sturdy. And when it is the pop out, these add even more weight to it. So what I use the parchment paper for, when I'm gluing, parchment paper is non-stick. So when I'm gluing and glue spews out, it's not like when it spewed out on my desk, it when I lift it, it's like it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. And you could mess it up that way. But parchment paper is non-stick. So once it dries, the way that it dries on parchment paper is easy to just peel it off and you don't see it at all. When it's on a solid surface, it dries a different way. So even when you try and peel it off, you see the glue. So yeah, parchment paper for the glue. This lighting is absolutely horrible without the ring light on. Oh, wow. OMG, let me try this. Who said that? Oh, Aquisha. Yeah, so that's the only difference. If you've ever done a regular photo cube, it's the same thing. It's just you're putting it on top. So that's all. And then with this one, because I had to print it, if I had to put actual vinyl down, it'll be the whole thing. But the blessing in disguise was because I printed it and it had white in the middle, it gave me a better idea. It was easier to put this down. versus like second guessing myself 1,001 times if I didn't have it. But since I printed it, I'm like, there's no sense in wasting ink. So I left the middle part open for this part. But that's it. So if you ever made a photo cube or any type of cube storage, like if you've done anything with foam board, you've done this before, you're just adding another piece of foam board to make it pop out. Yeah, you did. We cut out the rest of the logos and then assembling it. So the black part is just regular 651 vinyl. Yeah, this is just regular 651 vinyl. And then they will have books sitting on top. Hold on, let me show you basically what it will be. Hold on. There. No, they're not doing the one that had balloons. So this had like an opening in it, and then it was a balloon thing inside of it. This one is flat. This one isn't a pop out. Now I don't know how many more I can swipe. Okay, yeah, there we go. So it'll have books on top. Yeah, it's 3D. I mean, yeah, the 3D part. I mean, I guess like it's I guess you say 3D, like, but it's just I call it a pop out. Like, yeah. Oh, and then there's like the box and the one with the balloon. So this one was an 8-inch, and this is a 10-inch. Alrighty. All right, y'all. I am out of here. Gotta go to Wally World. I may end up coming back to do one more just so that you can see how much easier it is with a Sharpie to color in the edges. So be on the lookout for that live. I just showed what the top was. It's books. So no design goes here because they're going to set books on top. All right, make sure I put my shoes back on since there is a blade on my floor. Alrighty, until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.